This is the 15th Russian cargo plane to touch down. And interestingly, there's been a very interesting statement from the White House as well. Some points especially worth noting. Now, the White House has said that unfortunately Turkey's decision to purchase Russian S-400 air defense systems renders its continued involvement with the F-35 impossible. Now, what's interesting is this change of tone. In the past, Washington has been saying that the S-400 system could pose a threat to the F-35 fighter jets, but the language we see now is, it says the F-35 cannot coexist with a Russian intelligence collection platform that will be used to learn about its advanced capabilities. So this assertion that, first of all, calling it an intelligence collection platform, and then saying that it will be used to learn about its advanced capabilities. Now, this is something that Ankara would probably not agree with, because, first of all, the Turkish officials are saying that the offer to form a joint committee is there. And the Turkish side is saying that the very fact that the Americans have not taken up Turkey's offer of constituting a joint technical committee that would probe the US claims goes on to show that the claims, the assertions from Washington are probably weak. This is what Ankara is saying. And we've heard from the Turkish Foreign Ministry say that this unilateral step is incompatible with the spirit of alliance and it does not rely on any legitimate justification. Furthermore, the Foreign Ministry says that excluding Turkey, one of the main partners from the F-35 program, is unfair, and the claim that S-400 system will weaken the F-35s is invalid. Our proposal to establish a working group with the participation of NATO in this regard is left unanswered. Adnan.
There's some analyses from the West, Hasan, which say that the United States had to take this action in case any other NATO members decided to take what is undoubtedly an unusual step, to buy weapons from Russia, which is considered to be certainly anti-NATO and possibly one of NATO's greatest security threats. That's the assessment from Brussels, at least. But also that this might damage the relations between Turkey and NATO and push Ankara further towards Russia. Would either of those claims or analyses be fair, do you think?
Well, first of all, the White House is saying that Turkey has been a valuable and trusted NATO ally for over 65 years. But it goes on to say that accepting the S-400 undermines the commitments of all NATO allies made to each other to move away from Russian systems. This will have detrimental impacts on Turkish interoperability with the alliance. Now, the Turkish side, we expect them to say that, and we've had some comments, not officially from the Foreign Ministry on this claim as yet, but the Turkish officials we've been talking to, they've been saying that if the US or other NATO members are concerned that others would move, for example, towards Russia, then the Turkish officials say that the US would need to monitor its policies and check to see if the US is perhaps putting any allies away. Because the Turkish side is saying that there is this admission from Washington that it was a US administration that left Turkey with no option but to approach Russia to meet its legitimate security needs. Turkish officials are saying that the NATO chief, Jens Stoltenberg, has basically come in and said that it's the prerogative of every NATO member to purchase whatever military hardware they deem necessary. He's just raised concerns about interoperability, and the Turkish side has said that, well, Turkey is investing in this, and Turkey does not plan to integrate it into the NATO defense shield. It's going to basically complement the Turkey's integrated air defense system. So the Turkish side is basically going to say that if allies are being pushed away, then partners like the United States need to review their policies. Because we hear, if you look at the Turkish Foreign Ministry statement, it does mention that the United States need to do more than just talk, especially when it comes to counterterrorism. The Turkish side has questioned America's role and sincerity as far as fighting terrorism is concerned, in cooperating against Turkey on terrorist organizations like FETÖ as well as YPG in Syria.